Well, hello internets. Here we are with a little bit of a update on the Jayco J-Feather 197 trailer. It has been an interesting project over the last couple of months. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So here we go. Well, I have changed my direction with this trailer several times. Changed my thoughts, my opinions, ups and downs. Been struggling quite a bit the direction I should go with this trailer. I've come to a new direction with this trailer. At one time I wanted to put it back with the hot water heater working, with the plumbing and stuff working or able to work, with semi-factory type electrical, and then build my own bed in the back with closets, cupboard, dry toilet, things like that. However, sometimes you get tearing into a project and the project itself goes a little bit of a different direction. I got into the trailer, and the more I dug at it, the more I picked at it, the worse it got, the worse it got. And I know if I got into it deep enough, I'd end up with a flat deck trailer and a pile of garbage to, well, several loads of garbage to take to the dump. Because I've been into RVs before, and I know how quickly they can unravel from a simple patch job to a full-on disaster or catastrophe. It's been a month or so since the last time I worked on it. I struggled with the direction to go. I was always taught never to wreck something that is still good, is still of value, and really, even when the Jayco gets landed on by a tree, it is still technically of some kind of value somewhere. Whether it's the axles or the tires or the fridge if it's not damaged, or a window or two that happens to be not broken, things like that. And I know the direction that I was going to go or gonna go or have come to go in the last month or so was gonna render a couple of the large appliances not working or operable, at least for a season or so, until I can get back around. And with the floor being the way it is, jutted out, the fuse panel jutted out into the walking area, if I left the fuse box in there, it would have been in my way. It would have been interfering with floor space. I would have had probably less floor space in that back corner than it would have had from factory. And the floor still would have been soft. So I decided to cut it all out. Cut out the electrical, cut out the plumbing, cut out the fuse panel, cut out all the 110 wiring, all the 12 volt wiring in that back quarter or half, well, third if you really want to say. And once I did that, I started to get a little bit of momentum, started to feel good, started to get a new direction with the trailer, some new thoughts. And the more that I picked at the trailer, well, the worse it got once again. I am trying to step on the areas that I thought were good. Well, the areas that I thought were good were almost as soft or as bad as the areas that I could visibly see that were bad. And even when I was kneeling on knee pads trying to get down to take screws out and such, my knees were going through the OSB. Not even plywood, OSB, which basically falls apart when it gets wet. I'm not 100% sure the future of the trailer. Will I be able to get a few more years out of it by spending $400 or $500 on it this season, and then probably another 15 or so next season by the time I build the bed, the cabinets, the pretty work, the finishing work? because you're not going to want to use cheap material for the finishing work. So therefore, $100 sheets of pine or birch or whatever that would stain up, sort of complementing the existing particle board or so that the trailer is made out of. I would like to keep using the Jayco. It's been a good home. It's been a good fun. Brought me on many adventures. I wouldn't have had the 2019 road trip without it. And I definitely would have not had the last, what's it been, 4 years or so of summer week or two camping adventures. I would really like to fix the Jayco back to a usable condition for myself. Because the electrical has been removed out of it, I'm gonna have to rewire in the microwave plug-in, which won't be that big of an issue. And I'll have to rewire in the air conditioner, which won't be that big of an issue, as well as the fridge. Now, I'm not 100% sure on the fridge because it was both propane and 12 volt and 110. And it needed the 12 volt circuit or at least a battery to provide the safety switch for the propane. So there's a couple of systems there that I'm gonna have to figure out. I did not cut the wires short on the appliances. I left them long. So if I had a wiring diagram, I should be able to tie in or trace them back and kind of go from there. With my minimal power needs, I could probably run it with simple work, not really getting all fancy with breaker boxes and all that thing like the factory had it, which the inverter I never could get to work. And when I cut the inverter out, it was only a 750 watt inverter, which wouldn't even have had enough power to have ran my desktop computer. So that was a little bit, well, I guess not surprising, because the trailer is a 2008, and did they have, 3,000 watt inverters back then? Or if they did, would they put them in a trailer like this, or would they save them for the $60,000 model or the office trailer type line? So after everything was done, I had a huge pile of wires to deal with, wires on the ground that I pulled out. There must have been 10 or 20 feet of plumbing line, plastic plumbing line, out of that black third that I dug out. Each connection was one of those crimp kind of fittings, plastic fittings, not metal, plastic hose. You can sure see why there are issues. There are leaks. Bouncing down the road, things chafe, things shift around. Eventually things are going to wear through, so it's no wonder there's leaks. I'm not 100% sure where the leaks are coming from or came from. We have had a lot of rain in the last little while, and it's been dry inside the trailer. So I don't know if the water was coming from the hot water heater, which never got used for me, but who knows if it split and it was somehow leaking, or who knows if this damage was caused by, as I mentioned earlier, his hot water heater problem that was never fixed properly by insurance and just allowed to get soft underneath the floor when I bought the trailer, because I don't know when or how long it's been since it got wet. It might have got wet, he might have used it for a year, realized the bathroom floor was softer than it had been in the past, talked to the RV shop and said, hey, the RV shop said sell it fast. And he might have sold it fast, and that's why it's had fallen apart in the last 5 years. So I got everything done, everything cleaned up, everything pulled aside. Basically now I have a squared up type box. I need a box around the wheel wells, box around the hot water heater, and that's probably where I'm gonna have to stop for the season, because money things going on this season. I have other priorities. I may be able to get out and use it once or twice for camping before freeze up, but if that doesn't happen, then well, it'll be here next spring. But a little bit of an update on the Jayco project, making progress slowly. By the time everything gets done over the summer and fall hits, it should be done, ready for winter. It is what it is, and around we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.